welcome to this edition of North Penn News. I'm Julie Wirt.
And I'm Quadri Fletcher. This week, North Penn High School held the 2016 Simulated Presidential Convention. This was North Penn's 11th convention since the tradition began back in 1976. During both days, Zach Arsalan was on the convention floor reporting for North Penn News. Here's his recap of day one.
On day one of the simulated presidential convention, North Penn students began an educational journey, kicked off with a speech by political consultant and speechwriter Wendy Melcher.
We need to look at issues and think, how does it affect America as a whole and the world? It's a global economy.
And another speech by Principal Todd Bauer.
Welcome everyone, and I said to the students that I'm hoping for a unpredictable, realistic and relevant experience for them.
And definitely social studies teacher and event coordinator Mr. Haley had a lot to offer in regards to the convention and political process.
Well, high school students are at that age where they're going to start developing their ideas, their beliefs, and some of that will involve politics. So an event like this gives them a hands-on opportunity to learn how it works and learn how they can be more engaged in politics and be a more responsible, informed, and active citizen. So we try to do that in all the classes in the building with hands-on exercises. This is just a hands-on exercise on steroids.
And it was encouraging to see student leaders like J.T. Mosserat and Katie Solomon show their enthusiasm.
Really missed out. This is something that you will use for your entire life. And if you have any opinions on where America should go, if you want to be a good citizen, then you should be involved with this.
I think it's like the stigma that kids shouldn't get involved is something that has to go. Like, getting involved can be fun and rewarding, and there's so much more to high school than just coming to school and sitting through your classes.
Reporting for North Penn Television, I'm Zach Arsalan.
As day two kicked off, delegates were eager to discuss the list of candidates vying for the party's nomination. Here's a more in-depth look at the day's caucusing process and outcome.
I hope you make the right choice. Thank you, North Penn, and thank you, America.
As day two flew by with a bang, each of the delegates gave a motivational speech in hopes to woo over the crowd and to get votes for their presidential candidate.
I wouldn't say that Marco Rubio is less popular. I would just say that less people know about him. But the people that do know about him realize that he's the right choice, the better candidate, because he knows what to do and he's going to do it, and he's not insane like some of our other Republican candidates.
Well, because I'm the step-nephew of Donald Trump, he decided, instead of choosing somebody that he doesn't know, he wanted someone with more experience, so he chose me. So he gave me a whole sack of pennies, $20 with the pennies, and that was my campaign money. You know, I kind of gave it around.
After each delegate gave their speech, each state broke off into individual caucuses, where they got to decide who to vote for as delegates swarmed around in an attempt to sway their votes.
I'm walking around campaigning as far as my issues go right as we speak. It's very important that the millennials come out and vote, and I'm very excited to see what they have to say.
In the end, Bernie Sanders won over the crowd as over 519 representatives voted for him, which marks the first time in North Penn history that a delegate won the first round by an astronomical landslide. Reporting for North Penn News, I'm Julie Wirt.
On Saturday, January 30th, the North Penn High School District invites families to come out for an evening of laughter while supporting the North Penn Dream Team as they challenge the Harlem Wizards. Tickets are $10 and can be purchased at harlemwizards.thundertix.com. Tickets are only available online, so use the print at home option and bring your printed ticket to the game for entry.
North Penn received a distinguished guest last week. U.S. Senator Toomey spent time with district administrators and school members to discuss national education policy. Senator Toomey looked for feedback on the recently approved Secondary Education Act and how those types of initiatives and programs affect local school districts. Among the topics discussed were the effect of mandatory standardized testing, special education mandates, and other legislation like the Affordable Care Act.
7 Penn State alumni visited A.M. Culp Elementary School this past week to teach students about fundraising for Thon, the level of impact it has on families and children battling pediatric cancer, and how they can get involved to help the cause. The assembly was concluded with the A.M. Culp Students' Council explaining how fundraising will occur. Students will choose which bucket to donate to, with each bucket representing an activity for Principal Mr. Broxterman to do. The winning activity will be the bucket with the most money in it through January 28th. Bucket 1 will involve Mr. Broxterman dressing up as a hot dog and students squirting ketchup and mustard at him. And Bucket 2 will involve him dressing up as a clown and dancing the nay-nay.
North Penn teacher Linda Westerland was awarded the final Superintendent Honor Roll Award of 2015. The award recognizes the performance and impact that the recipient has on their colleagues, school, community, and students. Ms. Westerland has worked in the district since 1994, serving as a multi-building department chair, advisor of the FBLA, and making history by becoming the first virtual high school teacher for North Penn School District. Congratulations to Ms. Westerland for her outstanding and well-deserved achievement.
Do you have any feedback or suggestions for the North Penn School District? Here's your chance to lend your voice to the community. Superintendent Dr. Kurt Dietrich will continue his community conversation series in 2016, the first of which will take place on Tuesday, March 8th, 2016 at the Montgomery Township Building. Space is limited and seats fill up fast, so call 215-853-1032 to reserve your spot. Also, parents of soon-to-be kindergartners, be sure to go check out npenn.org and click on the registration tab to find out more information about registration for the 2016-2017 school year. That's all for this edition of North Penn News. I'm Quadri Fletcher.
And I'm Julie Wirt. Have a great day.